everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life. Long time no Pelo chat. We are talking about Peloton stuff today. I am 3 weeks into getting back into a workout routine and I'm feeling great. We are going to talk, wait for just a second, so I will put a little timestamp here for you guys. I have lost a few pounds over the last 3 weeks, which also helps like when you first get back into watching what you eat and doing all the exercising. It's really nice to see that reward initially on the scale. Seeing some little losses in the beginning is a really helpful, motivating tool. So I'm very excited about that. That's all the weight talk I have, but we are going to talk planners in this video. I have decided a little bit about my fitness and wellness routine planner wise. I will end up going into that in this video, but otherwise we're just going to talk about how the last couple of weeks have been. So I ended up getting really sick around the last time I posted a video. I am pretty sure that we had COVID. I realized afterwards like how severe and how long lasting it was, and I was like down and out in the bed for a couple of days, and that just never happens with me with sicknesses. I'm like, I drudge through the day, I'm okay. I was literally falling asleep on the couch just because I was so exhausted and so much just misery. And I was talking to one of the other dance moms about it, and she and her kids were sick around the same time, and she says, you know, I really think we had COVID. And I was like, wait a minute, I think we had COVID. It was just like a down and out one. I was sick for probably a solid like 2 straight weeks of just feeling really bad, not working out hardly at all. I was doing so good up until that point of like being consistent, waking up early, and those days I could not hardly even get out of bed. I rested on the couch and it was just miserable. So I did end up finally getting over that, and then we took a 6-day vacation and didn't work out at all. We did a ton of walking because we went to a music festival and there was just tons of walking. We were in a hotel downtown in Louisville, Kentucky. I have my little guitar up here. We went to Louder Than Life, if you know what that is, and it was so much fun, but it involved so much walking, like just from our hotel to get food and also at the festival grounds. It's just all walking and also like tons of dancing. I don't think I've ever like sang and danced as much in my life, so I was definitely staying active during that trip, but it wasn't dedicated workouts. And then when we got back, I needed the rest of that week to recover, and then I was back into it. So it's been a long time since I've had one of these Pelo chats. I ended up setting a fitness goal of getting 3 rides in that first week I was back to working out, and I got my 3 rides in. I did 30-minute rides. I tried a Kendall Tool ride at least one. I was really into pop punk, so I did at least one of her rides. I think I did 2, and then I moved right back into Bradley Rose rides, and I've been riding with him ever since. And when I left off the last Pelo chats, I was doing rides, but I wasn't following the cues at all. I was just pedaling and watching Grey's Anatomy, and that was just my like morning routine, more mornings than not. And this time I'm not watching anything. I'm actually paying attention, using all their motivating things as fuel to keep going, and also sometimes following the cues, but not always. I'll like start out the ride and do the cues like the first half of the ride and then take it easier the second half of the ride. Today's my 3rd week back of working out, but today I didn't really follow the cues. I lowered my resistance and then upped my cadence. So I was really staying in like the high 80s, 90s range and being in the 16 point something miles per hour for most of the ride. I did like the first few minutes of warming up, and then the last few minutes I was pushing because I really wanted to get close to 8 miles. Usually my 30-minute rides, I'm at like 7 1/4 or 7.5 miles, and this one I was like 7 3/4 miles. So I almost got to that 8-mile mark, and that would be 16 miles per hour consistently the entire 30 minutes. And I really just felt good. I'm pedaling faster but lower resistance for that kind of ride because I'm just working on distance right now, which I'll talk about here in a second, what's coming up this weekend. I bet you can already guess, but I'm going back. So the first week I did 3 rides. The second week I did 4 rides, and one of the rides was like a 20-minute and then a 10-minute, so it equaled to 30 minutes, but for the most part I've been picking just general 30-minute rides, usually with Bradley Rose. And then this week I was like, I'm gonna do 4 rides and I'm gonna try to incorporate in some strength. I'm still just really freaking nervous about it. I had a neurology appointment. She also said do really light weights and high reps, and I'm just nervous about it. I've gotten so many migraines after doing a strength workout, and it's something I'm just kind of avoiding at this point. And I'm really got that mental hang up on it. Like, I do not want to get myself sick. I'm trying to do everything humanly possible to keep myself as healthy as possible. I really would like to incorporate in some strength because it makes me feel stronger. And like when you build muscle, that burns more energy because you actually have to fuel that muscle and keep it and maintain it. So it's a really expensive thing for your body to actually add muscles. I'm just all around just nervous about it though because of the migraine situation. I have been doing so good migraine wise for like the last gosh, last 2, maybe 3 months where I've had hardly any again, and I'm back to feeling like my normal self. Whereas like before with the nickel allergy thing, I was getting them multiple times a week, and I was getting in that really just dark place in my mind, and I don't want to go back to that. I just don't want to do anything at all that could potentially trigger a migraine, and that's where my hang up is right now, is I've just got anxiety around doing any sort of strength, especially like arm stuff. I think a while back I did an intervals and arms ride. So most of the 30 minutes you're riding, and then they throw in these couple of little arm things where you're using 1, 2, or 3 pound weights. And I did that. I think my weights are 3 pounds, and I was okay after that. So I think I could go potentially like move into doing something like that, but I'm just really nervous about that. I also am nervous about doing core, because definitely like if I'm not really careful with my core exercises, I can definitely put some strain on my neck. Like any of the sit-up type things, it definitely puts strain on my neck, and I have to be super careful, and it just is something I'm paranoid about right now. Like I've been in such a bad place for so long, and I'm finally like seeing the light again. I don't want to go back to that, and I don't want to do anything that will lead to that. So I'm really just avoiding it right now, even though I want to, like half of me wants to do it and half of me wants to avoid it like the plague. Like I just am nervous about it. So I haven't incorporated any of that in, but I ended up just not waking up early, which is an issue I'm having right now. I'll talk about that in a second, but I ended up not getting my ride in, and then the day kind of went to crap. Like lots of things happened, and I was getting a little bit frustrated. So it was the end of the day. I'm like, I am not getting on the bike for 30 minutes. Doing 4 rides a week this week. This is Monday I'm talking about, in order to get my rides, and I really needed to do that ride Monday, but I'm like, I'm just exhausted. I'm zonked from this day. Like I just need to chill out on the couch and not do anything. And then I was sitting on the couch and I was like, oh, I need some sort of movement. And like, I don't want to do strength because I'm paranoid about it. I decided to do a 30-minute slow flow. Talking about yoga, I don't think it was like specifically an evening flow. It may have been actually. Chelsea Jackson Roberts might have mentioned evening stuff. So it was just like a really relaxing, really mellow yoga flow. Some of the yoga poses we held for a really long time, like triangle pose and a lot of runner lunges. And my legs were super sore yesterday, which was Tuesday. I was super sore. I'm like, okay, today's going to be a rest day because I have not lunged and done triangle, any downward dogs or anything. I haven't done yoga in so long that it was like completely starting over. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe like going out of it the next day. I could not believe how sore I was because I have done yoga before. It's not that big a deal, but I am way out of practice. I am way not as flexible as I used to be. And so like doing it, it was like my first day ever of doing yoga, and I did 30 minutes, and certain ones were held for longer. It felt like a full-on whole body workout. And so I will incorporate those in, but I just was shocked how much it affected me the next day. So I did take a legit rest day, and then I'm back on the bike today. And again, cannot get myself out of bed early. I'll tell you what's been going on, but I ended up getting the girls ready, getting them dropped off, and then I came home immediately after dropping Stella off and got on the bike. When I got dressed this morning, I went ahead and put on my workout gear ready to work out. I got my 30-minute ride in today, and again, like was really close to hitting 8 miles. I'm really trying to up my mileage right now because this weekend is PeloFondo, and I committed to 50 miles, and if all goes well, I'm gonna try my best to do that. So I'm going to switch my dedicated Sunday rest day to Friday right before the event, so I'm fresh and ready to go for Saturday and Sunday, because I think it is gonna take both days for me to do it. I don't know that I can do all 50 miles in one day, and I would love to be a little bit closer to 75 miles-ish, but I don't know if that's possible. So I set my goal as 50. In the app, you can change it later if you want to, but I just set for 50 right now. So I'm really excited about it. It's just something that happens every quarter, and I think I missed the last 2 or maybe even more than that. I've done 4, maybe 5 total, and then this will be my 5th or 6th PeloFondo. So you just pledge whatever mileage you want to get. So I will definitely be getting my 4 rides in if I participate in PeloFondo. I've gotten 1 ride in, and I'm trying to do 4 rides a week right now. And I think if I do PeloFondo, I will get that in, no problem. So yeah, let's talk about the morning situation. My neurologist upped my muscle relaxer, and muscle relaxers make you really drowsy and sleepy. So I do take it at night, but I am not taking it early enough in the night to be able to like be fresh and awake when I need to be fresh and awake to be able to get on the bike before the kids wake up. So there's 2 issues like going on. First of all, I am not getting to bed on time. I need to up my bedtime or up the time I take the medicine so I feel drowsy, and then I have to go to bed. So I'm gonna have to figure and play around with that some. But the second thing like involved in this is Stella has been a thumb sucker, and we are preventing the thumb sucking now. She's got a little glove she wears at night, and it is really messing up her going to bed. So it's like really stressful at bedtime, like having to go in and check on her a few times and soothe her extra. Usually, you know, we like tuck them into bed and no big deal. Like tuck them into bed, that's our free time in the evening. Well, lately it's been like tuck her into bed. A few minutes later, she needs us for this, that, and the other, and we're like going back and forth in there. So I'm exhausted at that point, and at that point I want like that recharge time, and it's keeping me up later at night because I'm dealing with the Stella situation and not getting that like, oh, the kids are in bed, I can relax moment that I usually get. So I've definitely been pushing my bedtime back further and further, and that's been a problem. Really need to figure out a way to get that me time in, that recharge time in before a certain time in the evening, and then go to bed at a reasonable time. So that's been my main thing. I've been staying up later and later. I've been not going to bed until midnight, and if I'm going to bed at midnight, taking my medicine, being drowsy, I am not getting up at 6. It's just not happening. I get up like right before I need to get up. I've been getting up right when Olivia gets up the last couple weeks, and yeah, it's just been not working. I really just need that ride in the beginning of the day, because otherwise I find that I'm like doing it in the middle of the day and having to redo my makeup, or I'm doing it at the end of the day and just not feeling like doing it. Yeah, it's just all around not working out. So that's my thing to figure out this next week, is to just try to push my bedtime up earlier and earlier, so I can push that wake time up earlier and earlier. And it might be a situation where I just have to like take the muscle relaxer an hour earlier, just to take it even before I'm getting ready for bed, because it's maybe not kicking in super fast and it is a heavier dose. So I'm just not used to it, or it makes me drowsier than I'm used to being drowsy. It's just, I don't know, it's just not working the greatest right now. So I've got to figure that part of the plan out. But otherwise, I've still been getting my rides in. It's 3 weeks now of consistently working out. I'm very proud of myself for getting back into it. And it's hard after a break, like especially a break where I was down and out sick for a while. It's really hard to get back into that mode of, yes, I'm gonna work out most days, and I want to get to work out pretty much every day except Sunday. Like take Sunday as a dedicated rest day and not have to take rest days in between. I'm building up slowly to that, but right now it's just not happening. I just don't have a really good routine about it, like going to bed at a certain time, waking up at a certain time. I really pushed that bedtime back where I'm like, okay, I want to start getting ready for bed, and it's 11:45, and that's just not gonna work. So that part is the puzzle piece that is missing from me getting really consistent about this. And I'll get there. It's just, we're in that really hard period of transition for the kid, and it's definitely affected me, and also the new medicine definitely is affecting me worse. Anyway, let's move on to talking about planners. So I have been using a Plum paper planner as my fitness planner, and I have started incorporating in like a wellness/food log kind of planner, and it's just one that is a quarterly. I started it in October. We're mid-October right now, and I'm using it until the end of December, but I have a plan for what I'm going to be using for that. So I do track some workout stuff in there as well, like my mileage and things, but I'm going to be using, I think, the Wonderland 222, and this one has a plastic cover, so you're seeing glare from the window, but I really, really love this one. It's wild berry, so it's like a beautiful color. I'm getting a glare from it, like even from me. It's like shining off the window, but I really like the way this planner's laid out. It's a taupey gray versus just a true neutral gray. It's just warm leaning, and it's just such a beautiful spread. And I think I'm going to use this as my wellness log, where I'm just going to be writing about my mood, writing about my feelings, writing anything food and fitness and health and body image related, tracking weight, like all the metrics and things are going to go in here. And to go along with that, I want a dedicated fitness planner, and I've got a couple of options and even more options still coming. So I've got a few in the runnings for this, and it's just where I'm going to write out my workouts and then talk specifically like about the workout, like, oh, I felt really strong with this workout, oh, my mind wasn't in it and this workout sucked, or talk about the instructor or whatever motivating thing that they said, just anything the actual workout related. It's going to go in a separate workout specific planner. So it could be a situation where I'm doing a miles log in that, and also tracking what workout days I'm doing as far as like planning it out on a monthly spread or something. I don't exactly know what all the pages are going to be used for, but it's going to be a situation where I just write down each workout. Like if I do a 30-minute pop punk with Bradley Rose, that's what I'm going to write out, and I'm going to write my miles with it. That's what I've been using my Plum paper planner for. The other one's more like wellness, self-care, body image, feelings, that type of thing, weight loss, any of that kind of thing. This is going to be strictly just the workout. So I've got a few different options. I've got 2 Hobonichi weeks. My whole issue with these is it's very, very red, and I've talked about this in other videos when I've mentioned Hobonichi. They put red on every Sunday. So there's red right there on every single page. It's not a very neutral planner. This one happens to not have like colorful grid, but the Hobonichi Cousin, which is their A5 size planner, does have colorful grid. This is all black and white grid, but the red, I just cannot stand all of the red. Every Sunday on every monthly calendar, and then every week on a Sunday is red. So I would definitely be having to sticker that up, and I do use some fitness related stickers, so it's possible that I could do that. I just love, love, love the way both of these covers look. I've got a Mega, which is a little bit thicker, and this one's just the, I think they call this the sneaker cover. It's just like the papery type of cover. And then this one is like an actual bound book. I don't know what this one's called, but it is sparkly. If you're up close looking at it, this cover is sparkly, and it just has this cute little sparkly sheen to it, and I just love how compact and cute it is. So it might be that one. And then I ordered a few things from Sterling Ink Common Planner. They make Tomoe River paper planners as well. I got this one that is the TN size, Traveler's Notebook standard size, and I just love it. I love, love, love everything about the Sterling Inks. I've been using them all year long. This was their first year of making planners, and they even just improved them for next year. They have more sizes, more options, and they're just a true neutral planner. And I just love the clean, crisp writing. I love the neutral, like not too dark grids. I just love everything about it. They do use the new white Sanzen Tomoe River paper, and it's beautiful. I used it all year long and don't have a problem with it. The Hobonichi Weeks is the only one that uses the older paper that's been discontinued. So this one is like very cream colored, so that might also not be great, but I just love the cover. I love how cute and tiny it is. I love the Traveler's Notebook size, and if I don't use this for a fitness planner, I will 100% be using this for something, because I just love the size of it. I just have a whole setup now of Traveler's Notebook size stuff that I take with me to dance competitions or traveling, and I just love the size. So I think this is gonna definitely be in my planner lineup, but I think maybe my fitness planner, I did end up ordering a Weeks from Sterling Ink as well, and then it will be a true neutral Weeks too. So it also could be in the running for my dedicated fitness planner, just talking fitness, tracking progress, talking about fitness related things, and I'm excited. So I don't exactly know which one it's going to be yet, but I've got quite a few in the runnings for that particular fitness planner situation, and I'll show you guys. My fitness planner for this year is humongous. Like, this is giant. I'm getting to where I really enjoy the smaller Tomoe River paper type of planners. I do like this size, but the more I go small, the less I like carrying around a brick. So it's definitely a situation where I'm gonna definitely go smaller. I just don't exactly know which one yet. So that's all the PeloChat that I have for you guys. I am with the Roses Rebels for PeloFondo. You can check out the team, the Facebook group. If you are a Bradley Rose fan, they have a great supportive group, and we have a good PeloFondo team. We end up scoring really high. Every team is ranked about how many miles you get. So that's what I'm just working on now. I'm trying to get the most miles in my next couple of rides leading up to PeloFondo, and then just trying to get miles. So it doesn't really matter what I set my resistance on. I'm just trying to pedal really fast, get my cadence up and my mileage up. So hope you guys are well. That's all the chit chat I have. I do have a Peloton coupon down below if you're interested in Peloton actual equipment. And that's it. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.